Good morning, welcome to Vlogmas day 20. I've been out here since about 9 o'clock, I guess I would say. And I accepted one order and I got to Walmart and it was still, they were still shopping for it. So canceled that. I'll discuss more of that later. But the orders that have been coming across have not been the greatest, so I've been sitting here working on other stuff. But I did just accept a GMD order and it was good pay. It was almost ended up being $2 a mile, which is rare that you see. It does have 19 drop-offs and it does have bulky items, so I'll be curious to see what the bulky items are as usual. And it is going to take almost 3 hours to do. So let's go do this. This might be all of this video, and we're going to do a deer diary. And today's is going to be deer spark. But let's go get this GMD and get this delivered first. All right, we're loaded up. Everything is bagged, so I can't tell you what the big bulky items are this time, but we're loaded up and let's go get started.
1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good. You've got to get a hold of yourself.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
All right, so we are done with that GMD order. I confirmed arrival at 9:42 and my last drop off was at 12:33. I did take like a 10-minute break in that time to use the restroom and get something to drink. I drove 38 miles with that, and my acceptance rate for that was $60.52. That is the only one that I did this morning. I did take one, drove to Walmart, and canceled it because they were still shopping for it. So we ultimately drove 48.5 miles today, making our mileage $1.24 a mile. And then because of that, and just having the slow start, I just put us at 4 hours of what we worked today, and that made our hourly rate $15.32 for today. Well, I mean, ultimately I worked 3 hours. I did the one GMD, not even quite 3 hours. It was like 2 hours and 45 minutes, but pretty close. So to get $60 for that was not bad. Having that canceled order thrown in there was a mess, but it is what it is. So today's deer diary is going to be to spark, deer spark from your spark drivers. 1, stop putting orders out to be picked up that are not ready to be picked up. Like that one this morning, I accepted it. And the one that I accepted this morning, I was like, okay, it was $13 for 3.5 miles. It was $7 trip pay, and then it had a $6 tip, and it wasn't a huge order, and that was the only one on the order. I accepted it. It was like still shopping. I was like, okay, I just got me something to eat, so I was like, I'll eat and head to the store. That's what I did. Still was not ready when I got to the store. So ultimately I canceled it, and it sent it right back to me as a round robin, but that time it sent it back as $17 pay. It was still only one pickup, sent it as $17 pay. So And that was kind of frustrating, but it still wasn't ready. They're still shopping for it. Why do you keep sending it out? So that is probably like a huge frustration with Spark, is that a lot of times you accept something and it's not ready. They're still shopping for it and they're packing it up, but it's not ready for pickup. So if I could change something, that would be it. 2, stop sending out orders that have such a long time before pickup. I got another Home Depot order today, and this was the same as the other day. Your arrival time was 45 minutes from when you sent the order out to be picked up, and someone accepted it, and then it ended up coming right back as a round robin. So I assume they realized they accepted it, not realizing that it was a 45-minute gap between when you accepted it to when you could pick it up. So I guess they canceled it, and then it showed up like 2 minutes later again. So yeah, just in general, send stuff when it's ready to be picked up. Not 45 minutes before, not while it's still shopping, none of that. It's ridiculous. Number 3, I wish that you could reorder the way that they have you shop for stuff, because sometimes they'll have you backtracking all over the store. If it's a Walmart that I'm not familiar with, then great, you know, it's nice to have that. But on the other hand, when it's a Walmart that I know, sometimes the backtracking is ridiculous and it slows us down for the time that we are there. Also, number 4, when it comes to shopping, can you please put the bread at the end of the order? I know that the bread is in front of the store, and that's one of the first things you go to, and so is the produce, but so is the cash registers. And it seems like it's always bread and produce first, and you'll have a bunch of heavy items afterwards to put in your cart. I wish it would do the heavy items first, and this is why I wish you could like restack it to shop how you want to shop. I mean, as long as you're getting everything, what does it matter really what order you put it in? Also, there's numerous times it'll be a large order and it has me get all the frozen stuff first, which updates your delivery time, but then you still have to shop for all this other stuff. So can we put bread last? Can we put frozen stuff last? Can we put produce last? Like basically everything that's right there in the front of the store. Can we put that last? Because you're still going to end up at the front of the store. I don't know what number I'm on. I think number 5. I wish that you could, when you're doing orders, I kind of wish that you could restack how you deliver them too. Because sometimes an order is going to put you close to your house. It would be great if the house closest to your house could be your last order. So sometimes I don't like the way that Spark sets up their deliveries in the order in which you do them. And I've noticed when it comes to GMDs, you pretty much do everything in town first, and then you end up way far out. Like right now, I ended up far out with this last GMD, and that seems to be the way they go, where I feel like I'd rather let me just like start out far out and just work my way back to town and get stuff delivered that way. Also, I don't know what number I'm on. So at this point, we're just, I want to say number 5 or 6, but how do y'all pick your deliveries? Like, what is your system to put things in a batch to be delivered? Because sometimes you'll go to 3 different parts of town. Your deliveries don't make sense. The Walmart you shopped at don't make sense, and that still blows my mind. Which I know that you can pick your Walmart in the app, but I've had them change my Walmart too. So I've picked one Walmart for it to shop at. When it comes time for it to be delivered, it's coming from a different Walmart. Why are we not picking the Walmart that is closest to the person's house? I see if it has GMD stuff on it and everything, but it doesn't make sense. And I wish that they would cluster houses together instead of doing like one yesterday. I did it, had a great tip, so I took it. But it ended up being, I think, 17 miles. And it literally, like, I went into 2 different counties the way they set that order up. And I'm like, well, why? Why did you set that order up that way? And then my last thing that I can think of right now is, I don't know if this is a Google Maps thing, because I use Google Maps for deliveries. I don't know if it's a Google Map thing or if it's a Spark thing, but somewhere I have noticed recently, and so drivers, pay close attention to this. It's changing the house number. When it transfers from Spark to Google Maps, sometimes it changes the house number. And it'll have one number in Google Maps, and you'll get there, and then I'll go to take a picture, and I double check, and I see the address in the top corner, and I'm like, wait a second, this isn't the right house. And I'm not typing it in. I let it transfer. I also know that sometimes it doesn't give you, even though you're transferring the house number, it gives you like, oh, like basically 901 to 1200 is in this block. It gives you the block and not the house number. So pay close attention to that. Like I said, I don't know if that's a Spark thing within it, or if it is a Google Maps thing that's changing it, but I have noticed that addresses are getting changed in Google Maps. So to help keep from delivering to the wrong house, you're close enough to the house that it still recognizes that you're at the house, so it'll still let you go through with the transaction and deliver it, where, because usually you're like 1 or 2 houses away. I think all the times it's done it to me, except for one time, it has been next door. But the other one, it had me like several streets over. It took me to an apartment complex, but I needed to be at a college. I feel like there's something else that I had thought of, but I didn't write them down. I do wish that substitutions were easier in the app. The other day I had someone order a sub, and for whatever reason it would not substitute the sub that they wanted. It was the same price, the same brand, everything. It would not allow for that substitution. So I wish that there was a way. I wish there was a better substitution situation in the Spark app, but how I see that, I don't know. Last but not least, this is another one. I like that you have, when we go to deliver, it gives us options as to where we deliver it. So you can do the front porch, the back porch, the carport, hand it to customer, property staff, I think reception or something. Basic options that you can choose from. I wish that there was also an option that you could do other and type in where you left it, because sometimes it's not on there. Sometimes, like today, a person wanted me to leave it by their mailbox. I can't type that, or yesterday they wanted it delivered to the basement door, because ultimately it was a house, but I guess they had done the basement as an apartment. I wish that there was an other option in there and let you type out where you actually left the package or the groceries or whatever, so that it can be more custom to where the person asked for it. Another thing I want to add for Spark, mileage should match the pay. There are a lot of times that offers come across and there's the mileage and the pay don't match. It'll be $7 for 12 miles. No. Should at least do $1 a mile. Another thing I thought of was Sam's offers are usually horrible. I rarely take a Sam's offer. Sam's offers are usually upside down in mileage, time, and pay. There'll be an order come across for $14, 20 miles, an hour and a half to do it. No, sir. No, ma'am. Will not do that. Yeah, no. It's... Nope. So Sam's offers definitely need to get better than what they are. I think offers just in general should get better. But that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And one thing I wanted to do, since we're 4 days away from Christmas, it's December 20th. We have some really pretty Christmas lights around here. And so for the next few days, I'm going to close out the video with some Christmas light displays. If it's a bigger display, I'll just do the one display, or and then one night I'll drive by some houses and show you guys that way, just to kind of share a little Christmas fun with you. But also, if you love Christmas lights but you just don't have the ability to get out to see Christmas lights for whatever reason, hopefully over these next 4 days you can see them at the end of this video, and it'll bring you a little bit of joy this holiday season. So without further ado, here's your Christmas lights for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more sparking and some Christmas lights. Bye guys.